Did you know that 92% of people fail to achieve their goals each year? But what if I told you there is a way to drastically increase your success? Locking in to find flow isn't impossible, but takes a lot of commitment and conviction in yourself in order to achieve. So in this video, I want to talk about 5 of the different ways that we hold ourselves back from locking into the flow state, as well as 7 different ways in which you can find more flow and lock in right away. So let's talk about locking into flow, a state of complete absorption and focus, and how you can use this to maximize your potential. So there are 5 common obstacles in our modern world that make it harder to achieve our goals and derail our success. Distractions. Our modern world is full of interruptions through notifications and devices that interrupt our focus and our ability to get into the flow state. Lack of clear goals. Without explicit objectives for each work session, it's much harder to find the focus that you need to lock in. Not finding the right challenge level. We need to find that sweet spot to get into the zone and push ourselves rather than just going with the motions that lead to no progress. The 4th challenge is not setting aside enough time. We need uninterrupted time in order to get into that locked in state and into the flow state, which is hard to do with our busy world and busy lives that we live. And the 5th thing is trying to multitask. By trying to do too many things at once, it's impossible to lock in on that one thing that's going to help you to achieve your goals. And so to lock in and focus to get into flow, consider these 7 elements that you'll need. The first one is creating a distraction-free environment. Turn off those notifications, close all the other tabs that are open on your device if you're working on a computer, and let others know that you're not to be disrupted during this time. Number 2 is to set those clear goals. Make there a specific goal or objective for that work period that you're in. The 3rd one is to hit that sweet spot of the challenge to skill balance. 4% harder than your current skill level is where we can lock into the flow state and get our best results. The 4th one is to use time blocking. Schedule in your calendar those specific work times or those blocks that are going to lead you towards your goal so that you can lock in. The 5th one is to develop a pre-flow ritual. This is a way that you can boot up into that period of work and focus. And it can include things like having that cup of coffee or a phrase or any sort of action that you do that gets you in the zone. The 6th one is practice single tasking. It takes time and effort in order to get used to not trying to multitask and do too many things at once. We talked about how bad multitasking is for focus, and by practicing single tasking, you'll get better at it over time. That's going to allow you to lock in. And the 7th one is to allow yourself enough time. It takes 15 to 20 minutes to get into the flow state when you are shifting focus and working on one task. Give yourself enough time that you're actually able to utilize that. And once you're in the zone, continue to reap the benefits. Now, when I put these pieces together for myself, I get way more done and at a much higher level of quality. And it also feels incredible to get into that flow state. So no matter where I am or what I'm working on, when I need to get into that zone and lock in, what I do is take a few minutes to prep myself. It could be listening to a song that gets me into the zone, preparing that cup of coffee, and also setting up my space so that I don't have a ton of browser tabs open or a bunch of different bits of work to get done all at once. And then, I'll make a cup of coffee or pop in those noise canceling headphones if I'm somewhere that's loud so that I can really get into that zone and focus. Now, in this video, we talked about 5 of the obstacles to overcome in order to lock in and get in the flow state. And in this next video, I talk about why TV is killing your dreams and what you should do in order to make more out of your leisure time.